Honestly, this episode was more of what I was talking about when I said I would be excited for them to have one-off adventures with scary creatures on different planets. I'm not knocking the episode before, even though I do think episode 4 was the weakest, but I enjoyed episode 5 a lot more. So if you stay past sexy Papa Palpatine, I'm going to talk spoilers for episode 5 of The Bad Batch.
You're fulfilling your destiny.
I have to get this out of the way. There's no way Wrecker's inhibitor chip isn't coming into play at some point this season. He keeps grabbing his head. That's exactly where the inhibitor chip is. I'm more than sure it's going to start working in some fashion, and he's going to have to fight against it, and then Tech can figure out how to counter the inhibitor chip, and then that leads into them trying to rescue Crosshair. If you don't think that is what is happening with this setup of Wrecker continuously grabbing his head, you're just silly. I'm really excited now that they are going more towards the mercenary side. I mean, she said it to him like, hey, you need money, you need friends, so you're gonna start doing these missions. So I know some people just want a forward progression of the plot every single episode, and they want to get to the big Crosshair versus the Bad Batch and all that, but I like these missions where they go to planets and they deal with different people like pirates or slavers, and there's creatures that are just gonna fuck them up. Moochie, I'm a little bit confused on that because the writer of this episode said that, yeah, that is the Rancor that goes to Jabba's palace that ends up being killed by Luke, but there's some continuity problems with all of that, so I don't know if this is kind of like Caleb/Kanan in the first episode, how there's going to be changes and they don't give a shit anymore. I don't know. I thought that's why they had the creative group, the storyboard group, to make sure these things didn't happen, because they wanted to be so much better than Legends and how it was all over the place, but it kind of seems like you guys just with this were like, meh, whatever. Disney, don't get complacent. Don't think that because we are loving the things you are releasing lately for Star Wars that you can start getting lazy and just shoving any shit out there and fans won't notice. We didn't get a single scene of the Glorious Empire this episode, so I feel like I have to knock it down a few points. So it would have been like, I don't know, 7.5 out of 10, but since we didn't see any Imperials or the Empire, I gotta knock it down to probably a 7 out of 10. Adolescent Rancors are just adorable, though. I mean, adorably scary, but animated, they're more so adorable. You know, it's kind of like when you see a Rancor in the comics, you're like, aw, you're cute. And then you see a Rancor live action, and you're like, oh, Jesus Christ, that's my nightmare. Wrecker doing the whole dominance thing and fighting the Rancor, and they're both so tired and they're trading blows, was just the cutest thing ever, and I absolutely loved it. I am kind of wondering if they're gonna follow the pattern of the Bad Batch, end up getting captured, and then Omega has to be the one to do something to rescue them, or if it's going to be a back and forth. Omega gets captured, and the Bad Batch has to save her. Oh no, the Bad Batch gets captured. Omega has to save. If it's just gonna be like a back and forth sort of thing. I don't know why, if they were just gonna force her to go back to the ship, they had her go to the recon in the beginning. Okay, we saw what we gotta do. All right, now get your ass back to the ship. Just leave her in the ship. It's much more dangerous for her to have to walk back to the ship by herself. Come on. Okay, think about it this way. So they discovered, okay, this is Fennec, and she is such a bamf, and she's an up-and-coming bounty hunter assassin. Think about how much more bamf she's going to be in like 5 or 10 years. Holy shit. The slavers checking the ship to see if anyone was on it just did a really shitty job, right? They barely looked anywhere. They just were like, okay, all right, it's fine. You didn't do anything to the ship to assure it couldn't be used. Also, Omega, why didn't you just get in the ship and like blast the shit out of them? I mean, maybe you would have hit the Bad Batch, but it would have been cool. I feel like how they ended up going and looking around the ship was the equivalent of Batman grabbing someone and going, where is he? And the bad guy goes, I don't know. And he goes, shit! And then just like throws the guy down and walks away. It was a little dumb, is what I'm trying to say. The bonding between Wrecker and Omega is amazing. I can't wait to see more. I love the little low 5 Wrecker gave her about her being like the smartest one on the team and all that. It's so cute, and I know it's not going to break Omega's heart when Wrecker's inhibitor chip is activated, because she understands what's going on with it, and she'll most likely quickly go, oh shit, it's this. You know, I did say I was worried that they were going to do every episode, oh no, we need to repair our ship or get fuel. And they didn't actually have to do it this episode, so good on you, Lucasfilm. Good on you. Do you guys like episode 4 better than episode 5? Are you more into city missions, speeder chases? Are you more into going to different planets with different creatures and different dangers, I guess? I'm leaning more towards episode 5, but if you have a different opinion, let me know why, and why it just, like, thrills you. But let me know what you think. Like, subscribe, come back for more Star Wars videos.